Hi, here's a video just explaining how we are doing small group time in kindergarten for those of you that are wondering or are not around on Zoom to hear my instructions. So we have our small groups taking place from 9:30 to 10:10. If you look at your weekly agenda printed out, it's this column right here. And we have work assigned for the week, but we are also expecting them to stay on Zoom. So this is what I mean by that. I always explain our small group directions at the start of the time at 9:30, so right after recess. Our first recess ends at 9:30. Right when that bell rings, I'll just go into our instructions for small group. So a lot of us that are not coming back to our seats at 9:30 are missing out on these instructions. But if you are not here to hear it, hopefully this video helps explain how we lay out the day. These assignments follow the same agenda depending on what day it is. So let's say today was Tuesday, go to the time slot. These assignments are what I'm expecting the kids to work on in that small group time for 40 minutes. So I'll explain that and just show the worksheets to them so they see what they look like. And they have usually check boxes next to it, meaning that they need to be turned in when they're done. And if they finish those 2 papers or so, they have Lexia to work on, those of us that finish. And that's their goal for the 40-minute time block. And half the class will be going to work with a teacher while the other half is in a waiting room on Zoom. So this is what our schedule has been so far. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we have groups 1 and 2 are my groups that I work with. They are staying on Zoom, while groups 3 and 4 are working independently in a waiting room. So they're still on Zoom, but they are not working with an adult at the moment. They just see a blank screen like this, but they're supposed to keep it open until I let them back in. This way, with this rotation, Tuesdays and Thursdays, groups 3 and 4 will work with them, while groups 1 and 2 work independently on their own. So hopefully that helps put it together. So this would be Tuesday. I would be working with 3 and 4. Their names are here. And then if your name is on this side, that means you're working on those papers in the waiting room on Zoom. So with no one there to help or watch, really. Okay. So that's why it's important that someone at home or whoever is there watching over them is aware of what work we're laying out each day. It will help them keep focused and just remind what their goal is for this time. If you're ever not sure, just go to the agenda, look for the day and time we're at. Those are the worksheets we're expecting to be done. Okay, feel free to model, do an example, help them out, modify directions, encourage them to use their tools, crayons, markers, name tag, all of that. And that's all. So another side note is we've been working on testing in that time. So let's say it's Tuesday, Thursday. I would be working with groups 3 and 4 on Zoom. They're going to be tested one by either me or Miss J, while groups 1 and 2 are just focusing on their worksheets again. Okay, so it's been tough here. If you're not aware of what to work on, or you're closing Zoom on accident, then it's not bringing you back at the end of small group time. That's when I'll close it out at 10:10 and bring everyone back into class to continue our day, brain break, read aloud, so forth, onto lunch. Okay, so if the kids are back from small group time and they don't finish their work, let's say these are not done, that's why we have an extra long lunch for them to finish up on their work. Okay, here lunch starts at 11. We're hoping that this half hour is being used for finishing up work at lunchtime. So always remind them if something's not done in an earlier time, work on it during lunch or at the end of the day when we talk about Canvas. All right. Thank you for watching and listening. I know it's a lot going on, but I appreciate your time.